And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Denny Avdia. Rob Williams is out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Henderson in at the point guard position. And for the Timberwolves, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Jaden McDaniels is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at center. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Out left to the wing. Back to Conley. Pass to Randle. Over Williams. Randle no good. And blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Guard him big, guard him small. Julius Randle is so crafty on the interior, it matters not. He's going to finish.
Pass to Grant. Here's Henderson. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here's Conley. Randle outside. No good on the triple. Henderson against Conley. And it's Grant in the corner. Here's Ayton. And he banks in the layup. Ayton's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, we're talking about a big-time rebounder. DeAndre Ayton's timing, excellent.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. Now, he highlighted the problems that come along with facing a center like DeAndre Ayton. Coach said DeAndre impacts the game on both ends of the floor. He can score inside, shoot the mid-range jumper, and defensively, he can protect the rim and switch out on the perimeter. Certainly a talented young center. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Henderson. Anthony Edwards making his last shot.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Henderson played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. He's coming off an excellent season, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And looking back at last season, his complete dominance on the boards to rank number 2 overall. Absolutely remarkable. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Pass to Randle. Back to Conley. Outside Edwards. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Edwards got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from 3.
Williams kicks to Henderson. Grant with a screen on McDaniels. Outside, Avdia. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 7. Out to the wing. Here's McDaniels. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
McDaniels making excellent use of the mid-range there.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Henderson passes to Ayton. Now here's Avdia. Grant gets a wide open look. Off target from 3-point range. Here's Conley. And it's Portland with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
Here's Avdia. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Mike Conley was drafted, Doris, back in 2007. And somehow, some way, he's gone his whole career without receiving a technical foul. Heck, you and I have received technical fouls over here, but not him on the floor.
Kevin, that is an impressive feat. And it's also probably why he's won the NBA Sportsmanship Award more than anyone else in the history of the league, and why we will never win it.
And the first one at the line is good. So we're still in the early days here of this season, but Doris, for teams getting a slow start, how worried should they be?
Well, wins and losses matter, no matter when they happen, so obviously there's always a little concern. But some of this is about, do we have our full contingent of players? Is there anyone that's starting out coming off an off-season surgery? You have to figure out the context of the slow start in order to gauge how concerned you are.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Oh, Ayton in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
What a connection DeAndre Ayton has with his guys. Great timing on the alley-oop.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Timberwolves. Outside, Edwards. Randall against Williams. Fades back. Randall with the bucket.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Some changes for Minnesota. Garza's checked in, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Portland trailing here. Outside, Avdia. Pass to Henderson. Simon's on the wing. Portland, no good that time either. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Now, here's McDaniels. Last game we saw him score 13. Simons against Edwards. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Simons. Misses off the right iron. Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Pass to Williams. It's Henderson on the wing. Defended by DiVincenzo. Henderson passes to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Boy, look at how natural DeAndre Ayton looks in the pick and roll. This guy is smart. He understands how to navigate.
Here's Randall. He's coming off a 19-point game against Chicago. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Hands it from downtown. McDaniels got 5.
I tell you, totally fluid mechanics by Jaden McDaniels. Ready in the catch-and-shoot situation, folks.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, guys, the Blazers with a draft night trade for two-way wing Denny Avdia, a young but established player on a value contract. Portland's added a guy who should help them win now and down the line. Guys, it appears Avdia is going to be a pretty seamless fit for Portland.
Okay, thank you, Shams. The Trailblazers have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Poked loose. Randall with the ball. Now Avdia defending. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19. He's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. Confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much. And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now Randall. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. A shot by McDaniels, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
It's Edwards on the wing. Covered by Simons. Edwards can't hit.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And Dora says we've watched Avdia. He's a real threat from the perimeter now.
Yeah, Kevin, he's really good at a lot of different things on a basketball floor. I think the consistency from range wasn't there early, and defenders would give him a cushion. That is no longer the case.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, good from Avdia. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Both good from the line that time.
Boy, guys, when you think of Denny Avdia, great positional size, versatile on both ends of the floor, and he's unafraid of the big stage.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. No scoring in this one. From about 19 feet, Edwards, good.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
1:10 left in the first quarter of the game. Three-pointers, Simons knocks down the 3 ball. Simons has got his second bucket of the night.
And there's the explosive ability of Simons, ready to light it up from anywhere.
Outside Edwards. Here's Reed. The rebound by Sharp.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Here's Simons. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Now it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Pass to McDaniels. It's Edwards on the wing. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Ingles can't get it to go. Trailblazers leading by 6. And the points coming for them now, Greg, in bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Klingon the screen for Grant. And here's Avdia. Takes it from 10. And it's Simons that time on the assist by Avdia. Simons has got 9 points.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
DeAndre Ayton, he has been the guy making things happen for Portland. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We come back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Portland leading. Joe Ingles is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Naz Reid. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Edwards in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Alexander-Walker on the wing. He's covered by Grant. Pass to Edwards. Here's the 3. Portland grabs the miss. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season. Grant kicks to Simons. And the 3 ball is good. Simons has got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
And shooters shoot. And Simons sure has a feel with that quick trigger.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. With a break in the action, we go to the 2K leaderboard. See the teams that excelled at slowing the pace down a campaign ago. The Timberwolves, number 1.
Defense was their identity, and that's how they're going to beat you. And they did it better than anyone in the league.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Pass to Shannon. Back to DiVincenzo. Here's Reed. Rebounded by Kamare.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Klingon. The layup off target. Minnesota shooting in this game 45%. DiVincenzo against Simons. And stolen by Simons. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And then Sharp with the dunk.
We'd heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
To the wing right side. Reed the pass to DiVincenzo. Good on the triple. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Drops in the tray. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Here's Alexander Walker, and it's
Earning a reputation as a shot blocker.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for Portland?
They're controlling the pace of this game, pushing the ball up court and getting good looks in early offense.
We've got a lot of game left, but boy, they are doing a tremendous job on the offensive glass.
Oh, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt, and they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability, and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
Randall's checked in for Joe Ingles. And he makes the first but misses the second. Well, defensively, Doris, these Minnesota Timberwolves are really a cut above the rest.
They led the league in defensive rating in 2024. They have so many ways to shut down what you're trying to do offensively. Length, athleticism, rim protection, commitment, and great scheme. They are a nightmare.
Here's Simons following the basket by Julius Randle. And it's Simons missing. Clinging with the steal. Grant in the post. Defended by Alexander Walker. Can't get the reverse layup to fall. Randle right side. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. That's in, coming off an assist from Randle.
Well, keep your head up. Look for an opportunity to facilitate Julius Randle the delivery.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Mike Conley's checked in for Minnesota. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Eibel's checked in. Pass to Sharp. Now Thibault. Three-pointer, Simon. And he gets it back. Here's Sharp. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Timberwolves trail by 9. Outside Conley. Randle with a screen for Conley. Shoots over Simon. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Well, Mike Conley has mastered pick-and-roll play and does such a good job making the right decisions.
Pass to Sharp. Sharp with a screen on Conley. Simons against Thomas. Now here's Simons. Defense is right there. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Right wing. Reed with a screen on Sharp. Shannon. No good from outside. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. They've led by as many as 14 points. Sharp with it. Pass to Kamare. Clock at 4. Back to Sharp. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Randall no good. Trailblazers leading by 11. Low block shot on the way. Stolen by Reed. Alexander Walker passes to Shannon. Here's Reed. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. With the step back. Pass to Sharp. Simons from outside. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 5 rebounds tonight. Conley feeling it out. There's the triple. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. Michael Conley is 3rd.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
And Portland has possession. They're leading by 8. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Henderson outside. Shot clock at 6. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, you want to see DeAndre Ayton seek out the contact on the interior. Boy, he's a big-time talent.
Williams against Randall. Pass to Shannon. Over in the corner, Conley. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
It didn't take long for the Blazers to find Damian Lillard's heir apparent, did it, Greg?
Yeah, they drafted Scoot Henderson with the 3rd overall pick in 2023. Took him a little time to get his sea legs, but his talent is undeniable.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. But in the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Now, here's Avdia. 5 points in the game. For 3, the shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
Yes, looking to get better from deep. Denny Avdia just keeps shooting, baby.
And here is Conley. He's got 10. Pass to Randall. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 9 rebounds now tonight. No good from Grant. Timberwolves trail by 12. Edwards with it. Now Henderson defending.
Has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Henderson touched it last.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Minnesota making some changes. Joe Ingles comes in for Julius Randle. And it's McDaniels in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Minnesota's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Ingles with the screen for Conley. His three-pointer's off the mark. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Henderson, no good. Minnesota's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Edwards against Avdia. 18 feet out. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Edwards got 13.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
To the middle. Here's Ayton. Good, and Grant gets the assist. He's got 18.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
There's 45 seconds left in the first half. It's Edwards on the wing. Defended by Avdia. Edwards against Avdia. Edwards, no good.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now, here's Avdia. 8 points for him. Here's Grant. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, the length and athleticism that Jeremy Grant possesses puts the defense in a tough spot. That's nice.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
Well, I like how Jeremy Grant continues to work on his game. The jumper is coming along, and he remains an exceptional defensive player.
And Grant drops them both.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Now here's Conley. 10 points for him. Gobert with a screen on Avdia.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And so that brings the first half to a close.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Portland Trail Blazers.
Offensively, they can post you, drive it, run cutters. They're living large in that painted area.
And the defense has tried to pack it in a little, but those guys just keep coming.
How teams stack up across the league. It's our latest power rankings.
You take a look at Portland, they are hurting. What's that saying? It's always darkest before the dawn? Well, it must be in the middle of the night over there because it's dark. It's real dark right now.
Yeah, time for somebody to light a spark for them.
Spark? They need a flamethrower, Ernie.
My bad. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. DeAndre Ayton has been sensational.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
And so here's Portland. A 12-point game. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Henderson out there with Avdia. Then there's Jeremy Grant. Then it's Rob Williams. And it's Ayton in at the 5, roaming the paint. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
High motor type of player. Henderson fighting tooth and nail down low.
The Trailblazers have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And that one falls for Henderson. Second free throw, no good. Timberwolves trail by 13. It's Edwards on the wing. Outside Conley. Launches a 3. Trains the three-pointer. Conley's got 13.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
Avdia against Conley. Henderson kicks to Avdia. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. No good from Grant.
It's amazing the success they've had with him shooting this way. 0 for the night.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Edwards searching inside. Came hard off that pick and finished strong.
How about the body control from Anthony Edwards? Just so good at using that frame to get through the teeth of the defense.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
There is so much to love about Anthony Edwards. He is one of the most skilled young basketball players in the league, but he also happens to be quite charismatic.
Now here's Williams. Still yet to score. Pass to Henderson. Ayton wide open. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 18, and he's good on the three ball.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Randall comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Now, here's Avdia. 8 points for him. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's foul number 2 for him. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Avdia against Edwards. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I'll tell you, for a center, the big man has got excellent touch at the free throw line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
The first one falls.
I think what you like most about DeAndre Ayton is probably how efficient he is on the offensive end. Now, obviously, the next step, he's got to raise his game and defensive intensity on that end of the floor.
So he gets them both. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. It's Edwards on the wing. Pass to McDaniels. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
DiVincenzo finds Randall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Robert Williams.
Boy, what a nice offensive move by Julius Randle. Lures the defender in to draw the contact. That is pretty.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
Guys, what you love about Julius Randle is the well-rounded nature of his game. Because he works so hard on his shooting ability, it makes his dribble drive that much more dangerous.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Following the miss by Deni Avdia. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Trailblazers third.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards. And then
getting those offensive putbacks.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And so DiVincenzo nails both of them. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Inside. Kicks it out to Grant. Jacks up a 3. Here's Ayton, and another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Ayton's got 25 points in the game.
Well, the offensive game will round into shape over time, and it's absolutely critical that DeAndre Ayton look to score as much as possible.
It's Edwards on the wing. Reed with a screen on Avdia. Edwards, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Grant kicks to Williams. Here's Avdia. Off target from outside.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
McDaniels passes to Reed. Back to McDaniels. Reed finds Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Three-pointer, Randall. Connects from three-point range. Randall's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, you see Julius Randle striking from wherever the defense concedes it. That's nicely done.
Outside Williams. Pass to Grant. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Credit the defense right there. They have not allowed this guy to get going at all in this period.
Reed with it. He's covered by Ayton. And here's Edwards from the arc. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Well, I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Portland.
Great game for them offensively. I mean, coaches love seeing multiple shots per possession and then converting those second chance opportunities.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
The first free throw is good. Minnesota making a switch here. Einad's checked in, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Simons, he's checked in for Avdia. He's off on the second. Timberwolves trail by 3. Over in the corner, Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. No good. That would have tied it. Portland's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Ayton goes back up. Kicks it out to Grant. Good on the three-point shot. Grant's got 6.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Both teams will make substitutions. Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Conley. 13 points in the game. Pass to Alexander Walker. Grant against Randall. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Boy, you love the determination from Julius Randle. This guy has a knack for scoring against good defense.
Now Simons. 17 points in the game. Screened by Grant. Free throw line jump shot. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Simons has got 19 points.
And good work from the mid-range. Simons doesn't need a lot of wiggle room to feel comfortable.
Randall outside. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
Now here's Randall. 12 points for him. From 13, that misses off the backboard. Trailblazers leading by 6. Here's Simons. Great touch on the 16-footer. He's got 21.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now here's Conley. He's got 13. Randall outside. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 4 assists in the game.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
Simons with the ball. Defended by Alexander Walker. Grant outside. Shoots the 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
And when you look at Alexander Walker, Doris, so consistent from year to year.
This is a young man who knows his role, finds ways to help the team within the context of what the Stars are doing, and those are exactly the kind of role players you need in order to have a quality basketball team.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Here's Randall. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Randall's got 13 points in just this quarter.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
Back to Henderson. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Williams dishes to Henderson. Williams trying to break free. Henderson, no good. Timberwolves trail by 4. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Ingles. A 3-ball. The shot off that time. And for Portland, they're shooting not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. And it's Grant in the corner.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Here's Simons. DeAndre Ayton, he has been the guy making things happen for the Trailblazers. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Joe Ingles is out there with Reed. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Garza in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
Well, this is the main weapon in Ingles' arsenal, right? Very quietly, one of the elite shooters in the NBA.
Simons with the ball. Down low. Here's Kamara. Misses from short range. Simons against DiVincenzo. Shoots over Simons. And the shot falls short this time. Portland leading. Sharp the pass to Simons. Here's Kamara. Guarded by Reed. Simons against DiVincenzo. The shot. The shot's good from Simons. Simons has got 23.
And this is what Simons does best. Once he catches fire, this guy is a tough one to put out.
Simons against DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed to tie it up. Portland grabs the miss.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. And that'll be his third foul so far. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's Kamara. And Simons has it in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 3. Reed with a screen on Simons. It's good.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Pass to Klingon. Now here's Simons. And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That's foul number 2 for him. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And it's Simons off the drive. Klingon's shot is off. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. To the paint to take the lead. Garza gets the bucket. Garza's got his first points of the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Yes, that goes in.
And this is where Klingon looks to score. The closer he is to the rim, the more aggressive he becomes.
Here's Alexander Walker. Six to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Clearly a foul.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Alexander Walker. McDaniels, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Ayton, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And he makes both free throws. Here's Simons. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. It's tipped. And it's Ayton missing. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Reed with a screen on Simon. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Here's Simons. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, you can see, guys, how much confidence DeAndre Ayton plays the game with. This is especially so on the offensive end.
And here is DiVincenzo. Pass to Ingles. Benton with the rebound.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Count that one.
Oh, gritty inside. Simons amongst the big bodies.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. DiVincenzo kicks to McDaniels. Reed finds DiVincenzo. Count that one. DiVincenzo's got 9 points now in just the second half. Portland trailing here. Manton, the pass to Simons. They set the pick. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Again, Simons missing. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Pass to Reed. Puts it up. And it's Portland with the rebound. Sharp's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Drives to the hoop. And then Sharp with the dunk.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
The Timberwolves have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Pass to McDaniels. Now Reed. He's covered by Ayton. From outside the arc. A shot by McDaniels. No good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
A shot by Sharp. Nobody around. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Joe Ingles. Edwards, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. Now, he was quite encouraging in the huddle. He said, look, you're fighting out there, fellas. I can see it. I need you to keep giving everything you have. Bring this one home. See if they can pull it off, guys.
All right, thank you, David. Here's Henderson. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. And it's Ayton missing. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. The lead is 2. Strong move inside by Edwards.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
Up top, Henderson. Edwards defending. And finished off by Avdia.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
Now here's Conley. It's Edwards on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. God plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
And Edwards drops them both. Trailblazers trail by 4. Now here's Henderson. Grant surveying the D. There's the drive over Edwards. Grant, that's good.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
Randall outside. It's Edwards on the wing. This one for 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got 3 assists in the game. The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%.
Well, the athletic Jeremy Grant, so good at initiating contact. He gets the defense to react to his aggressiveness.
First one falls for him.
And the combination of athleticism and defense Grant brings is superb. A guy who you can depend on to compete.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
It's Edwards on the wing. Edwards crashing in from outside.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Now here's Randall. Williams with the block. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Mike Conley. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And the dunk by Grant.
And you can always count on the consistency from Grant. He likes these moments, keeps his composure, and knocks it down.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Randall outside. Over Williams. Randall no good. And so Grant will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Henderson gets to Ayton. Williams passes to Grant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And each year we see Jeremy Grant, he gets better. And defenders have their hands full with this guy.
Drops the first one, and that brings them within 5. And so he makes both from the line.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
And they go to the intentional foul. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
And Minnesota has possession. Now Edwards drawing the double team. DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. It's to Randall. Now McDaniels. Pocket 6. Here's Edwards. And he makes good on the layup. Edwards got 36.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
They need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Grant. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Shooting 2.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. No good at the stripe this time. The second misses also. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
They need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Count it! Well, that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, this trip to the line.
3. No good on that one. And so the Timberwolves take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Mike, they were rolling, but you all responded. How did you do it?
Well, defensively, we just turned it up a notch. You know, those guys were in a comfort zone, but we did a good job of just locking back in defensively, getting back on the offensive end, and making extra passes and making extra plays.
That attention to detail showed in the win, man. Congrats again. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.